Oh, there was a time that I was 20 years old. Such a long time ago. Man, I had a good time though. I loved my 20s. In my 20s, I had a lot of fun. I also made a lot of dumb money mistakes, and I'm talking dumb. You're
so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Many of those money mistakes I do regret, but there are several that I'm grateful for because I learned so much from those experiences. And as they say, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger.
What doesn't kill you
makes you stronger. But if you're watching this right now and you are in your 20s, then you want to listen up because today I'm going to share 7 financial moves that you want to make in your 20s so you don't ruin your 30s. So let's find out what these 7 ways are right now. What's going on, y'all? My name is Jeff Rose. Welcome to Wealth Hacker TV, the channel dedicated to teaching you new ways to grow wealth that wasn't taught to you in schools or by your parents. Welcome to a special NYC edition. That's right, I'm in New York City right now doing a video shoot. And while I'm here, I thought, you know what? I need to film a vlog for, you guessed it, for you all. So today I'm talking about 7 financial moves in your 20s that if you don't do it, if you don't get your head right, get your game on, you're going to ruin your 30s. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1 is being in debt denial. So if you have no idea how much debt you have, how much interest you're paying on your debt, man, you're seriously just shooting yourself in your foot. You are screwing yourself. The one thing that you cannot do when it comes to debt is being ignorant to how much debt you have, how much debt you are accruing, how long it's going to take you to pay off your debt. Like, that just doesn't work. You can't sweep it underneath the rug. You can't put your head in the dirt like an ostrich. You can't ignore it. You've got to face it and figure out how to get that debt paid off. But typically that's what most people do. They just want to forget about it. They want to pretend it doesn't exist. That doesn't work. Right now, the average US household has over $137,000 of debt, and to make matters worse, the average income is just under $60,000. Do you see the problem here? People aren't making enough to not be able to pay off their debt, and if you have no idea how much debt you have, then you're really not going to be paying it off. So you have to get out of debt denial, figure out how much you have, and set up a plan to pay that debt off. The second financial move that you have to make if you haven't started yet is you have to start investing. I don't care what you invest into, you've got to start somewhere. If you're going to start in your 401k, awesome. If you're going to open up a Roth IRA with an online brokerage, fantastic. If you want to open up an account with Robinhood and buy cryptocurrency, fine, I'll allow it for now, but just get started in something. I talk about this all the time on this channel. You have to start investing. I don't care if you only have $5. Put something in. Get used to the process of putting your money into an asset, into an investment that's going to grow, so you start understanding compounding interest and you start becoming familiar with how investments work wherever you get started. The key is you just have to start. All right, the third money move you have to make in your 20s is to stop playing it safe. You cannot play it too safe. And what I mean by that, there was a recent study that showed that millennials believe that the safest long-term investment is cash. Cash, like cash.
Love is the burning thing.
You know, cash doesn't pay any interest. Okay, fine, you can put your money in a bank, right? Because the banks pay you a lot of interest. No, that's not the case. So cash, a long-term investment? Okay, we've got our emergency funds. Like, that's good for cash, right? Short-term savings for our debts, for our any emergency that may come up. But for a long-term investment, playing it safe is going to get you nowhere. Like right now, the average interest on online bank accounts is like anywhere between 1% to 2%. that is not a good long-term return on your investment. So why are we putting our money in cash? I just don't get it. Going back to point number 2, you've got to invest, and that does not mean investing into CDs or a money market accounts or a savings account. You got to put your money in the market, whether it be in mutual funds, ETFs, individual stocks if you're brave enough, but putting it into something that's actually going to grow over the long term. Financial move number 4 is pretending that you are Grant Cardone. Now, I love Grant Cardone. I mean, he is super inspirational, 10Xer. Dude's always flying around in jets. I think he drives a Bentley, probably has some few Lambos, whatever. Dude's loaded. He's got a lot of money. Chances are, though, you are not. All right, so maybe you're not riding around in private jets, you're not riding around in a Bentley, you don't have a Lambo, but are you buying clothes that you can't afford, trying to impress people that aren't worth impressing? Are you going out to eat at the fine dining restaurants that you can't afford to buy the filet when you need to be going to McDonald's and getting the dollar menu? Are you trying to pretend that you're something more than you really are? You know what that means? You're a poser. And guess what? Eventually it's going to catch up to you. You cannot pretend to be greater than you are and start spending your money on things that make you look better when the reality is you're putting it all on your credit card, you're putting it all on debt. You're gonna get exposed eventually, so you might as well just stop now before you embarrass yourself. Moving on to number 5 is not setting crazy enough goals. Listen, y'all. You're 20 years old, as your parents probably have told you, or somebody's told you, the sky is the limit. Now, here's one thing that it was hard for me to accept that. It was hard for me to digest that personally because I didn't come from money. I didn't have parents that, were millionaires, so I didn't have a lot of those financial habits that were passed down onto me. So let me tell you this. There was a time, even in my 20s, when I never thought that I'd become a millionaire. Like, I didn't even know what a millionaire meant. Like, it just didn't sink in. Like, I couldn't resonate with that. Wasn't around it. So that was a goal that I never had set for myself. But as I got older, as I started to surround myself with successful entrepreneurs and business owners, I started to realize, okay, like, this is doable. In fact, it's actually pretty dang easy if you're willing to put in the work. So are you setting crazy enough goals for you? Are you letting your friends, your family, are you letting their limiting beliefs and the fact that they haven't made it in their life determine the goals that you set for your life? Don't let other people's negativity infect you. Make crazy goals for yourself. Big, audacious goals that are just gonna scare the crap out of you, because if you write it down, you start meditating on it and reading it every single day and focusing on the steps you need to take to make that goal happen, chances are you're going to hit it eventually. But if you don't make the goal, guess what? It's never gonna happen. All right, financial move number 6 is being afraid to fail. Now, I don't know what it is about millennials and not wanting to put yourself out there. We're keeping our money in cash because we think that's the best long-term investment, and we're also afraid to try new things and to be bold and put ourselves out there. Now, I get it. None of us want to go into a new job or a new career. Maybe we don't want to start on a new major because we're just afraid to fail, because we just want it to work out the right way. But one of the beautiful things that you might not realize is that you have time to recover. And also, just because you failed doesn't mean that it's game over. Some of my biggest failures have become some of my biggest wins, but I wouldn't have known that had I not tried. And that's why I love the mantra from Silicon Valley, fail harder, fail faster. You're always testing, you're always trying new things. Not everything is going to work, and that's okay. You learn from your failures, you learn from those mistakes, and you apply that to the next step, the next thing, and that's how you win. All right, the last financial move, and this one is a big one that I didn't start in my 20s that I wish I would have, and that is starting your first side hustle. Creating a passive income business. Technology is pretty freaking amazing. You can start an online business now in minutes. Now, me with the blog and my online courses and all the digital products, it's easy for me to say starting some sort of online business is the best way to go. Now, you can also do real estate, you can do coaching, you can do consulting, you can do a lot of different things, but something to do with the web, because guess what? You've got your laptop, you've got your phone, you've got your iPad. You can start and run an online online business anywhere. But even if it's not an online business, generating some sort of income from a side hustle, learning the basics of running a small business, you're gonna get so much from having to learn how to market yourself, how to network, how to connect, how to maybe hire people, how to manage people, how to delegate, how to outsource, how to do everything that comes from running a business. Like, you get so much from that experience that you're not going to get in a textbook, you're not going to get from a YouTube video, you're not going to get from a podcast. You only are going to get that once you do it and do it yourself. Start a side hustle, start a business, learn the basics so that you can build a passive income asset for down the road. Your 20s can be an amazing time of trying new things, of experimenting, of traveling, of putting yourself out there and seeing what works. And if it doesn't work, who cares? Hit reset and start over. That's the beautiful thing, because you've got a lot of time on your hands. Take advantage of your 20s, have a blast so that your 30s come and you're like, thank you, my 20-year-old self. I love you. Thank you so much. All right, y'all, my name is Jeff Rose, reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.